Good morning. Time is 8:10. It's 42. We're joined this morning by Superintendent Nate Huggins, and he brought a brand new board member, Kim Cook, along with him. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We're so glad to have you both.
Well, thank you for the invitation. We really love this segment of every month to let the community know what's going on in Caldwell County Schools.
Absolutely. And you know what? We appreciate that you're willing to come in and do this for us because, you know, we need to know what's going on. We need to be able to hear what's up for our kids. And the only way we can do that is if you'll tell us.
And I really thought it was important that the community, they know Kim Cook and Stacy Brantley, the two new board members, but I'd like to get them to hear them about their beliefs in being a board member and what the future holds for Caldwell County.
Absolutely. Well, let's start with that. So, I'm sorry. What Kim Cook? We have who is the other one?
Stacy Brantley.
Stacy Brantley. She was not
this morning.
Right. She was not able. She was wanting to join us, but she was not able to because
so we put out our best wishes for Stacy. Hope that you're feeling better and you get well soon.
Absolutely. So, Kim, let's talk about this is your first year being on the board?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, what got you into? What made you say, "Hey, you know, this is what I want to do. I want to be a school board member"?
Well, I've always had a passion for kids. I love kids. I have a large amount of family educators, and they just instilled in me a love for learning and a love for kids. And I knew that there were school board members in my district that would someday retire, and it's always just kind of piqued my curiosity. So whenever this opportunity came up, I have 3 children, and they are all grown now, so I have an empty nest and have more time to dedicate to this. And I thought, well, now is as good a time as any.
That's right. Got to start somewhere.
That's exactly right. But most of all, I love kids. I have a passion for children and always have. I've always loved being around kids and spending time with them.
And what are you hoping to be able to do with your position?
I don't really have a hidden agenda at all.
No.
I didn't mean that. And some people do, because I was asked that a lot on the campaign trail. It's like, what are you wanting to get out of this? I don't really have a hidden agenda. I just hope to bring my business experience, my common sense approach, and most of all, my love for kids, and take what we have already and just build on it. We had a board retreat, as Nate spoke about, Saturday. And it was amazing to see the administrators as they came in and told us about what they're doing in their respective schools. Very, very, very impressive. So I just hope to build on that and to take the resources that we have, which sometimes our funding is limited. So we've got to come together as a community. We've got to take the resources that we have, the teachers that we have, which are awesome, the administrators, the leadership that is already there, take that foundation and just build on it, because we live in a changing world and we've got to move our children forward so that they can be equipped to handle it.
And I'm glad you mentioned, because that was going to be one of my questions for you. What is your history? What did you do before you took the position as a board member?
Well, I currently work at Farmers Bank in Princeton. I am Vice President and Compliance Officer. I've been there for 34 years. So basically that's all I've ever known is banking. So I have a good sense of the business knowledge to bring to the table.
And you feel like your business knowledge is going to be able to help you in what capacity on the board?
Well, it's going to help as far as looking at the budget, being able to determine where the money needs to go. Are we spending it wisely? And then I feel like, being a parent myself, I know the struggles that parents face every day. I know how hard it is. I know that each parent wants their child to succeed. I know that each parent wants their child to be treated fairly, and I understand that. And so I feel like I can bring a lot to the table as well by being a parent myself.
Sure, absolutely. And Nate, so you've worked with Kim for, a month now? Everybody started their new position?
We had our first board meeting in January that we swore them in, and was it January? December board meeting we swore them in. We had to be sworn in by the 7th, by the statute, by the 7th of January. So that's the only time we could do it, was the December board meeting, or the December board meeting. And we've had a conversation ever since. And just like she mentioned earlier about the retreat we had Saturday with our board of our directors for our school system and also the principals, an invaluable day spent taking in information and knowing what's going on in every area. And the compassion that our leaders have in our district is phenomenal. And her bringing her background as far as budget and the finance side of the house is, it's warranted. I need all the help I can get to make sure I'm making the right decision with the taxpayers' dollars.
So you found her to be a very beneficial addition to the board.
I guarantee it. And this last time when we had real cold weather, I put out a feeler to the board. I said, what do you think about tomorrow's school? Should we start on time? Should we have an hour delay? Should we cancel because of cold weather? Give me your feedback. And I asked the board members to give me their feedback, and they all did. And Ms. Cook gave me some feedback that, I understand that it's cold outside, but our kids need to learn that we have to go through life. Sometimes it's cold, but we can still bundle up and work through it and try to do the best we can to make sure we meet our obligations. And what we did, we had a plan, and I want to tell the parents, the next time we have a real cold spell, keep your kids in the house, and the bus will honk when they come to your stop. So that way your kid's not sitting out there in front of the house waiting on a bus. And that's what Mr. Dyer told me he was going to do, and that's the plan I like to follow through with our community. Stay in the house when it's real cold, 5 degrees below, wind chill factor, and then the bus would beep the horn and then come on out and get on the bus.
And then when you did that, so I noticed there were a couple of days that school was delayed. That was the reason. We delayed it. We delayed it basically because of the black ice. And when a bus don't do very well on black ice. They slide pretty quickly. The other morning, Friday morning, I think it was, that we were going to go on time, but the Crittenden County Transportation Director ended up sliding in a ditch. And all the transportation directors around here in this region communicate when we have bad weather. And he let us know, and then Jimmy went out to the north side of our district and found out we did have a lot of black ice, so we went for a 2-hour delay. I see. Okay.
And that happens about 4:30 in the morning. So we're not up as early as you are, getting up at 3:30, but we get up
not 3:30.
3, excuse me, 3 o'clock. But we get up at 4:30 in the morning.
To go
hit the roads, test the roads, and make the best decision we can for our kids. Safety is the utmost importance to take care of not only the kids but also the bus drivers, employees.
Absolutely. And we had a little bit of a communication issue the last time, and so we didn't get the information, but I've spoken with Jimmy, and we've got that all worked out. So I will personally get a phone call, and I can make sure that we get that information out. Because, obviously I don't have kids in the school, so I don't get the phone calls, but we've fixed that now.
Do we get you on the one-call system?
What's that mean?
That means I can put you on the one-call system. Your cell number, if you'll give that to me when I leave today, I'll put your cell number on the one-call system. That way when I do put a call out about what's going on in our school district, about attendance or when we're going to open or close school, you'll get that phone call.
Okay.
And it usually comes out, like I said, 4:35 in the morning. It won't be right when you're up, but you'll get it.
I'll be driving to work.
Driving to work, and then you'll know that Caldwell County's on a 2-hour delay.
Yeah, I think that is it. Is it the one that Jimmy pre-records? That's the one I'm on. That's the one that I'm
Does Jimmy send you the message?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same system. I just put it out. I've got 4,720 phone numbers that I send a message out to.
Woo.
I sent it out twice this last Friday because normally when I put the message out, I'll get my call from the one-call system within about 15 minutes. I didn't get the first call. I said, maybe it didn't go out. So I reset it again to be sure that and some of the faculty and staff are saying, I thought you were going to call back and say, no, we're not going today. But no, I just want to be sure everybody gets the information.
Right, and that's where we are too. We want to help you get the information out as well.
And you all do a great job. You really do.
Well, thank you. We just missed the ball the other day, and so I don't want that to happen again. So
right.
we've got a plan in place,
Good.
And we will make sure that the information gets passed along. So I'm glad that worked out. So what else have we got going on over at the board office?
Well, I can tell you we've got this month in February, we've got parent-teacher conferences at all schools on the 21st of February and the 26th. So parents, put that on your calendar. If you have a kid in the primary school, elementary, middle, or high, we have parent-teacher conferences on the 21st and 26th from 3:30 to 6:30. So make sure that you all put that down on your calendar. Also, at the middle school, they're working on a program moving forward for lunch for students and mentors. They're going to have mentors come in and have lunch with the students once a month. Now, there's a book fair going on the 21st through the 28th at the middle school. They're planning a family reading night for the end of the month, but haven't set that date yet, so that date's coming. And they're planning a college visit for the 6th graders at the MCC on the 1st of March. So if you have a kid in the 6th grade class, they're going to go to Madisonville Community College on the 1st of March out of the middle school. At the high school, they also have the parent-teacher conference on 21st and 26th. But one thing that they've got special this year, we have an ACT boot camp. And Christy Phelps has set this up, and they've got a professional developer coming in that's going to help kids be able to work through the ACT and raise their score. When they raise their score, their chances for college scholarships goes way up. So I encourage all parents that have a junior or senior, or even a sophomore, because I think they're going to let sophomores come take it if there's spots available, to go to that ACT boot camp, and it's going to be on the 16th of February from 9 to 3. Again, parents, make sure your son or daughter that is either a junior or senior goes to this ACT boot camp to help raise their ACT score. A perfect 36 gets you a full ride anywhere in the country. Just think about that. I mean, that is a lot of money. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
And then on the ATC side, or the Caldwell Regional Career Center, Mr. McCarty wanted me to put this out for him. There's a Skills USA regional competition on February 26th and March 1st at the community college. We have 9 Caldwell County students competing and 6 from 3 of the feeder schools for a total of 15. February 14th, M&A students will be taking blood pressures and weights during the Heart Healthy event at the elementary school. Carpentry students will be in a turkey blind building contest with other schools with a carpentry program. The Associated General Contractors of America will be giving each school $700 for designing and building their blind. The winner of the contest will win $500 for their program. Welding class building cattle shades for University of Kentucky Research Center. In the month of February, information technology students will be testing in 2 areas, the KOSSA and the Microsoft MTA, both game design and Microsoft Technology Associate. Testing will earn the students their industry certifications in their respective pathways. We're in the process of setting up the computer labs and the rest of the programs for student use. A PR company, The View, out of Paducah, will be in the building beginning phase 1 interior motivation design for technical career tracks. All career labs continue to set up and sort and install equipment and is brought in daily. At this point, we have pulled 71 trailer loads to the Caldwell Regional Career Center and 8 loads to the Barkley Metal Recycling Facility. My guess is we'll have 15 to 20 more loads if weather permits. There's a lot of good things going on in our Career Center. I'd love the public to get with Mr. McCarty about class opportunities after school. So if you want to be a plumber, electrician, they're going to offer those opportunities to our people in the community. They need to do that. I mean, that could be a career changer for a lot of people that are looking for their niche. They haven't found their niche yet. They're 35 or 40, maybe even 50. Never thought they could be a plumber or an electrician. They need to get a hold of Mr. McCarty at the Regional Center and find out what they need to do to apply for classes.
What's that phone number?
I have to get back with you. I don't know what that phone number is, but I'll find it here in a second.
Okay. All right. Tell you what, while you're looking for that number, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back and get a little more information on the Technology Center. 1580 103.3 WPKY. We're back with Superintendent Nate Huggins and newly elected board member Kim Cook. Nate, before the break, we were talking about the
Regional Career Center.
Thank you.
Yep.
The Regional Career Center. You have a number now for me?
I do. For Mr. McCarty, folks in the community that are interested in taking in welding or plumbing, carpentry, whatever they have opportunities for, the number is 270-365-5563. Again, 270-365-5563. Please call and find out how to become a part of that program.
And are there any guidelines to be able to enroll in some of these classes?
Again, that's something Mr. McCarty is going to have to answer, because I'm not privy to what his enrollment requirements are. But I know that they want to have after school classes, evening classes to the public to help them with a career change, if you will. And also, I mean, we're looking at a possible 600 kids in all this program over the course of this year and possibly next year, since we started so late to getting everything done. But we're going full force right now. I mean, we have the nursing program up there. We have the IT program. We have the welding, automotive. I mean, the automotive program, if you go up there and look and see what they have, the current technology that they're in the automotives here at tries to use over here. They have the same equipment up in the Regional Career Center. It's phenomenal that our kids can have that opportunity to guide their life and their path for success. I wish I had that opportunity when I was in high school.
I know, we did
have a woodworking shop in school, but that was it. We didn't have anything else to go to. But this is actually phenomenal for 5 districts around here in this region of Kentucky.
And, you know, I mean, I might think about going to the mechanic class just to learn how to, work on my own car.
Next month, I'm going to bring Mr. McCarty with me as a guest from the radio, so he can explain it further to the community of what's going on at the Regional Career Center.
Absolutely.
I was going to bring him this morning, but I wanted to highlight Kim and Stacy this morning for their efforts to try to continue to push Caldwell County School District to the top of the ladder. We do more, and we talked about this Saturday, we do more with less resources than about 80% of the districts in this state as far as achievement for kids.
Wow.
And that's phenomenal. It absolutely is. And that just shows you the input and the character of our staff and what they do for kids and their compassion to make it better for them. It's absolutely remarkable.
Right. Yeah, I can't imagine how, you can have so little and do so much more.
I mean, our tax we're down in the bottom as far as tax rates in the state, and Frankfurt's got a 98% tax rate, I think, or 96% tax rate. I mean, we have about a 44% tax rate, or 46 I think it is. So you can see the disparity there. Even though our land and our housing is not necessarily that costly, but still, if you're looking at the tax base that goes on in Oldham County, for example, they're a very rich district. They've got all the programs you can put money towards because they have the money. It would be nice to see what we could do with that kind of money. Mm-hmm. It really would be, and that's the reason I'm so thankful that Kim's on our board with her financial background to help us find ways that we can generate some additional funds to help our school district. And now I want to toot a horn for Tammy Sanders. She's doing a phenomenal job as a new grant writer for us. She's out beating the bushes and submitting as many grants as she can submit to try to bring more money into our district. We're looking at makerspace activities in all our libraries and our schools. She's working on that. We're looking at the poured rubber for our playgrounds instead of that rubber, I don't know what they call it, but it's pieces of rubber, and that's not necessarily real healthy for our kids if they ingest some of that stuff. So we're looking to change that stuff through some grants, and she's doing a phenomenal job, as all of our faculty and staff are. And again, I got to put my call out or yell out for our custodians and our cafeteria staff. We've got the best in the state, if not the nation. Just go in our schools and look. It's remarkable as how clean they are. And the food preparation for our kids is remarkable as well. Mr. Brown does a super job.
Nate, so I sure do appreciate your time. Kim, is there anything else you would like to add to the conversation from today? You've been a little quiet since you said, I don't have a hidden agenda.
Well, I just didn't know what I was supposed to say, actually. I'm just very excited to be serving in this capacity. I look forward to the next 4 years, and, we'll take that and see what happens after that. I do think that college is not for everyone, and I am extremely excited about this new career center. I went up there for the opening house the day that Secretary Ramsey was there and spoke, and went and took a tour of the building. It's very impressive. And I think this is going to be really good for some of our students to be able to give them a career path to choose if they choose not to go to college. And I'm excited. Like Mr. Huggins said, we have a great staff. He's a great leader. I've seen that already, and I think he's going to lead us very well.
Thank you very much, Kim. I appreciate that. It's just remarkable to come down here every month. It really is, and we truly appreciate this radio station giving this opportunity.
Well,
and again, I want to put a shout out for Stacy. Hope that she feels better, and drink. If you need soup, call us. We'll get somebody to bring you soup, or I'll bring you soup. One of the two.
Drop it at the door.
Drop it at the door. We'll stay away from you just so we don't get the cooties, but we want you to feel better.
Put on your isolation mask and gloves,
right.
and follow.
And I want to. My last word. I just want to say thank you again to Mike Traylor for his years of service. Yes. 19 years, site-based and board combined, I think. Mike Traylor, if you're listening this morning, sir, thank you for all that you've done for Caldwell County Schools. May God bless you.
Absolutely.
Thank you both for coming today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, we need to keep you coming every month. Don't ever hesitate. If you got something in between that month, you give us a call. And
if it's important, I'll get it to you.
We will get it on. We'll get it out.
Thank you. Again, boot camp, February
ACT
16th, ACT Boot Camp High School. Parents, make sure your son or daughter's involved in that.
Great opportunity.
All right, excellent. So while I'm polar plunging, the kids can be learning how to improve their ACT scores.